Hey everybody, welcome to Big Dumb Monsters. I'm Nick, and I will be recording this intro solo this week. I apparently lost or forgot to save our original intro recording files, so that's on me, my bad. So I'm having a couple drinks and editing this show together by myself. This week we're talking about Child's Play. The movie everybody's familiar with. Psychopath serial killer transfers his soul into a doll and then continues to be a serial killer doll. It's a weird plot. There's voodoo. It's kind of fun. I don't know. You either love it or you don't, I think. Anyway, enjoy the show.
All right, so Child's Play.
Yeah,
I don't get the love for this movie. Hot take there.
I don't understand the love for the series.
Yeah, I can give them respect for fleshing out the story, kind of building a world. That being said, the quality of the world that is, resultant of all that work is up for debate.
It's a little sketchy.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about. This just seems very superficial to me. It's just your cookie cutter slasher movie with just one little thing changed. He's a toy.
Yeah.
He transferred himself into a toy. I
do like the voodoo twist.
Mm-hmm. I kind of wanted more with that. Give me more voodoo. Give me more of that lore.
That could have been way cooler.
Yeah.
I don't, for the past, dozen years or so, if you'd asked me about Child's Play, I would have said this movie's fucking stupid and I don't like it. But
I probably would have said it's okay.
Going back and watching it again, it's not that bad.
Yeah. It's not that bad, but it's really not that memorable either.
I think
I was going to say we didn't do a synopsis, but we did do a synopsis because it's just a basic slasher movie with a dude who turns into a toy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I think the longevity of the series actually does a disservice to this movie because you just go, oh, he's just a goofy doll and he kills some people. There are actually some kind of scary, suspenseful moments in this movie that I think just get kind of brushed over by the goofiness of the later movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
going off this one is it's kind of all right.
I feel like my perception is a little bit clouded too because we just finished the Chucky series.
Yeah.
I was not the one who selected that. Let me just say that for the record.
Yeah.
Every now and again, my wife will get keyed in on just a horror movie or show like Chucky that clearly is not going to be good.
Yeah.
And she just becomes obsessive about watching it.
Oh, yeah.
And this was the latest one. She's like, oh, we got to watch that. I'm like, do we though?
Do we have to?
Yeah. See the movie example of that. She was fixated on that movie, The Boy. And I dodged it for years. I'm there's no way this movie's gonna be good.
Another doll movie, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. It's another doll movie. It looks like shit, and sure enough, it was. And I'm like, okay, well, got that out of the way. And then these motherfuckers made a sequel.
Oh.
Now I'm dodging the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just tell her, hey,
I don't want to watch that shit.
I wanna.
Yeah. But the newer Chucky stuff is it's almost a parody at this point. It's they're trying to make it a comedy horror.
Yeah.
And they're not succeeding in either direction, I think.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the kind of funny moments that happened in this movie were very sparse.
Yeah.
And it's when you first hear him talking as Charles Lee Ray and he's you stupid bitch, you fucking, it's
yeah, all right, that's funny.
All right, yeah. That's kind of cheeky.
That was a good scene where the mom like discovers there's no batteries in the doll.
Yeah.
And she's like, if you know, all right, say something, I'm going to throw you in the fire.
Yeah.
You stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And I liked that it didn't go super overboard. It was just enough to go like, oh yeah, this guy, this is like an actual person in here. Like that's just how he would have talked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like they did the same kind of suspenseful moments over and over again in it though, because it was always just like, all right, the kid is seeing the doll talk and the doll is talking to him and the parents don't believe him. And then the police don't believe him. And then the psychologist doesn't believe him. And then it all kind of, you know, you get to act 3 and everybody understands.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody, one by one, like buys in and believes him again.
Yeah. It was very samey through the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah. They're really like, there's just nothing like distinctive about this movie other than the fact that it's a toy. Like, you know,
Yeah.
It's very like, to me, very generic. It was very like, it went quick. I think it's like barely an hour and a half. It was just boom,
Something
boom,
like
boom.
that,
And like
yeah.
before I even realized like, oh, this movie's over.
Yeah. I think it's yeah, about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the longevity of it. I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, you know, congrats to building a universe. It's just,
It's just not for me, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like the whole like scary doll thing.
Mhm.
It's give or take. Like if you do it well, which I guess in this first movie they did it well. It's effective enough, but the way the series carries on is not good. And like it's not like Scary Doll. It's basically Freddy Krueger in doll form.
Yeah.
It's jokes and murder.
Yeah. And I don't buy into the fact that this little 2.5 foot doll can kill this many people. Like, I'm sorry, no one can overpower the doll.
Well, that's one thing I was wondering is like, it seems like even though he's a doll, he still has like regular person strength.
Even still though, like when he's that small, like
yeah, you should be able to pick him up by the back,
pick him up by the hair. And
Yeah.
like he's swinging at you and like can't reach your arm. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's like a bad cat or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember like when this came out, like this was 88, so I was like I was 9 or 10 years old, probably 9 years old, probably. And like it was like the big, like everybody was talking about it. Oh, it looks so cool. Like it looks so cool. It was like third or fourth grade, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember seeing it at the time and like, you know, I thought it was cool, and then like I just never watched it again. And yeah, it's not great. It's not. Yeah.
I'm curious as to why it got at least the second and third movies.
I mean, that I can see. It was like the 80s and 90s. Like you could get a horror sequel. Like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, as long as something had a little bit of success, they would give it a ton of sequels.
Yeah. So I mean that I can see, but like, how do you get a revival like, you know, 10 years or so after the third one, and then another revival like a couple of years ago, and now they're on their like third revival with this like TV show.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it. Yeah, I didn't even see those movies from a couple of years. I think they did a couple movies. It was like Cult of Chucky.
Yeah, there
was Seed of Chucky, Bride of Chucky, and then Seed of Chucky in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And then it went away.
I think Cult was then, and then the remake, and now the show.
Yeah, I forgot about the remake, which also wasn't great.
I didn't even see it.
It's less like the Chucky is the killer, and more like he's like this app basically. Like he's not just a doll; he can kind of like put himself into anything, pretty much.
Oh,
yeah.
So he's like,
it's like the movie Pulse from the 1980s.
Yeah. So was it like a Charles Lee Ray character who was doing all this, or it was just like an AI thing?
I don't remember. I want to say, I don't remember. It might have just been a killer AI.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more I think that's what it was. But
so that's boring and has been done to death as well.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get. And like, well, obviously, there's got to be that big of a following for these movies.
It's a super followed. Like,
I feel like
I don't know. It's just not for me, I guess.
Yeah. I want to say this like the least insulting manner possible, but like, I feel like dudes who are really into Venom, like, are really into Child's Play.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with enjoying something that's not complicated at all.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's great to just sit down, like, turn your fucking brain off, and just be entertained by something. Like,
yeah.
I enjoy that just as much as anybody else. Like,
yep.
But yeah,
sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen any of these movies. So maybe if I go back for some of the other ones, I'll find something in them that I like. Like, I think I've said it before on the show. Like, I used to watch Child's Play 3 all the time.
Yeah.
Because I had it, like, recorded on... my grandfather recorded it from, like, a TV viewing or something. And I would just watch it all the time because I was little and that's what kids do.
Yeah. Repeatedly watch movies, whether they're appropriate or not.
Yeah, yep. That's I was really big on watching Child's Play 3, Clue, and the TV miniseries of The Odyssey.
Oh yeah, like they're from the 90s.
Yeah, man.
I remember that. Yeah. Like every year or so, NBC had like one of those miniseries on where they they did like Merlin one year.
Moby Dick with Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. There was another like fantasy one too. They did. I can't remember.
I don't know.
But like, yeah, I do remember those. Like the CGI on those was not great.
No, it was not. But the Odyssey holds up because I watched it last year.
I mean, it's been holding up since the Greek era.
Well,
I'm sure that story's got legs.
Not just the story. Armand Assante is just beautiful.
That's right. He plays Odysseus, right?
He sure does.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of things I did like in this. I mean, it's like I said, the setup it's a good premise. I think, like I said, I could
it's a strong story.
Yeah, I could have used way more of like the voodoo lore. Like, give me some of that stuff, like black magic and stuff.
Yeah.
Make it just a little bit more distinctive from your run of the mill slasher.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. I don't. There's kind of a discrepancy with the voodoo thing. It's like he's got enough power to take his own soul out of his own body and put it into something else, but he doesn't have any kind of power to avoid the police.
Yeah, or maybe heal himself or not get shot.
Yeah, he can call lightning down and blow up a building and swap souls with somebody.
Yeah, it's like somebody beheaded a Highlander in here. There's like shit blowing up everywhere. And then like in the TV show anyway, like he can just do that soul transfer like on a dime.
Oh, really?
It's not even like a process anymore. Like he just okay, I'm in this now. Like,
no, because he had to have like the ritual, but he couldn't be in the doll for a certain amount of time because it would become his real body.
Yeah, he becomes human.
Yeah,
which that part isn't even in like the newer stuff. They didn't even mention that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I will give them credit though for the show. Like all of the movies are canon. Like even Cult of Chucky and like Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky.
Yeah.
Everything is canon in that.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, credit for doing the work.
Yeah. I guess they're not
like C+, but yeah.
I guess they're not like lazy about these movies. It's just the execution isn't great.
Yeah.
Great for what I want out of a horror movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just fine.
We keep doing this where like we don't hate these movies. Like they're just okay. They're just not the ones that like we're absolutely crazy about.
Yeah. No, and we're not afraid to say we hate a movie.
Yeah.
And we're not afraid to say we absolutely love one. This one just falls into that gray area right in the middle. Like if it's on, I guess I'll watch it. I'm not gonna choose it. I'm not gonna lay in bed and go, I'm gonna watch Child's Play.
I'm definitely doing like the TV guide face off for like, okay, I'll stop on this channel, but I'm gonna keep going through the guide.
Yeah.
Just in case there's something better.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this on commercials for something else.
Yeah. See, I don't even know if I'd stop for this movie though. Like, yep, Child's Play right on by.
Yeah. There would have to be like nothing else on TV.
Yeah, it'd have to be really.
And I would have to lose access to all my streaming.
Yeah, like for some reason I'm in like a shitty hotel in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And like I get, they have free cable TV, but like no Wi-Fi or anything, and I'm just like flipping through the 4 channels. Like,
yeah.
All right, I guess it's either Child's Play or like local news. Yeah.
Even that's a toss up. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, no,
whatever.
And, if you dig the movie, like, hey, like that's your thing. Like, I'm sure there's movies we've recommended that you've been like,
yeah, these guys are out of their fucking minds.
Yeah.
I don't know. You got to give it a rating. All right.
Yeah, I've been trying to like put that off because this is gonna be a really short episode. I feel.
I don't think it's gonna be that short.
All right. I will give it a 5.5. I'll give it just above the mean right there, right down the middle. Yeah. Just because I said I'll bump it up to a 6, just because of the universe they were able to build. They put in the work. Again, the quality of the resulting universe is up for debate, but like it still takes it takes some effort, it takes some talent to do that. Yeah. So I'll give them that. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Like 5.5, 6, like around there. That's the range.
Yeah, I was thinking steady 5.
Yeah,
it's like
I said, I'm definitely giving them extra points for
right in the middle
for the world building.
Yeah, I mean, voodoo is great. It's cool. I love.
Give me some of that. Like it's barely mentioned for the rest of the. It's not even mentioned. Up to the point where he just when he's dying, like, oh, by the way, I know voodoo. Like, yeah, what the fuck? Give me a little bit of like lead in on that.
Yeah, it could have been cool. Like, do something with it, like before he's running from the cops. Lean a little bit into that, and then the scene where he goes to his voodoo shaman guy. Maybe extend that out a little bit more. And a little less like nobody believes this kid stuff. Like they beat that to death. Yeah. In this movie. Yes, nobody believes him that the doll is talking to him. We got it. Like establish that. Move on.
And then like this like struck me when Chris Sarandon is in the apartment after the babysitter dies, the mom's friend. Yeah. And like he notices like Andy's pajama shoes are the same print. As like they're in the flower on the thing. Yep. Like he can pick that up, but he's not smart enough to realize the doll's wearing the same thing. The doll has the same shoes on. Like, granted, that's a far-fetched thing, but it's an explanation of where the footprints could have come from. Like he, not necessarily him thinking, oh, the doll is the one who did it. Yeah. But like Andy's feet are probably bigger than the doll's feet. Like the doll, those might be the same print on the shoe, but the size probably isn't going to match. And like, hey, that doll is wearing the same thing. Like maybe even whoever was here had the doll on the counter. Like, it could have been something like that. Yep. I don't know. That bugged me for some reason.
That's a weird thing to get bugged about, but
it is.
I guess so. Yeah.
And I'm not even like a detective or anything. That's just like, I don't even know why that bothers me.
Yeah. You know what bothers me? How just like weird that doll looks.
Yeah. I honestly, I keep going back, like between the new doll and then this one, like I think this one might be a little bit better than the newer one, to tell you the truth. Yeah. The newer one's probably CGI. If maybe they have a couple of like practical ones. Yeah. But it does have like a less like, it looks like a little bit more natural. It's not like this one is like, you can tell it's a toy. Yeah. And the new one has like a more of just like a natural like fluid movement to it.
I gotta tell him, like, as much as I think this doll is hideous, like, and as like this is just as like a, I was a kid and I had toys and this is fucking gross looking. Yeah. And I would never want it. They did a really, really good job throughout this movie making it look more and more human. So like by the end of the movie, the Chucky actually has like that kind of receding hairline thing that Brad Dourif's character had. The face is a lot more like emotive and things like that, instead of just being a very sterile like doll face that it starts off like. Mm-hmm. So the execution of the doll and the animatronics and all that stuff, really, really good.
Yeah.
Like they didn't skimp on the special effects or anything like that. What drove me kind of crazy though was like apparently Chucky was able to find a kitchen knife made for babies.
Yeah.
Like when he's trying to stab Chris Sarandon in the car, the handle fits in the doll hand perfectly, but the blade is like a foot fucking long.
Blade. Yeah. I like in the scene where he hits the mom's friend with a hammer.
Yeah,
it's the hammer built for the doll, but she goes flying across the kitchen like, and out the window. She gets hit with this tiny hammer.
Yeah, it's a little fucking tack hammer.
And then like the mom, like, granted they're not the richest, they're like single mom doing the best she can. Like she gives him the doll accessories without the doll.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with that?
Well, they did explain that. She said that she didn't know he wanted the doll in time enough for her to save up for it, because apparently in this universe that doll costs like a fucking 100 bones.
Yeah.
Which is excessive.
Yeah, it
now,
was in 1988. Like.
Yeah, so you also have to consider that she's working at the jewelry counter of like a fucking department store, but then also has this like amazing apartment in Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Like where apparently all of her money has to be going.
Like, granted, it's not quite as like expensive as like New York or LA, but Chicago ain't fucking cheap.
No. So there's just weird things like that.
And not to mention, she works in a department store. You're telling me she couldn't get a hookup on one of these fucking dolls and like an employee discount?
Right?
Yeah. Lady, come on.
Yeah. Also, the amount of child neglect in this movie is fucking absurd.
Yeah. This kid is just allowed to venture around Chicago on his own.
Yeah, like when he goes to the crack house, like
which we're watching right now.
Yeah. They're just wandering around, going to the subway. You're telling me that nobody stopped this kid and was like, "Where is your mother?"
Yeah. Well, the mother's not that bright either. She's the one going down like the bad area of town, like questioning homeless people. Like,
yeah.
What are you, fucking crazy?
Ah, man. So yeah, this movie has problems. You want to do some trivia?
Let us trivia-ize.
Let us trivia. Oh, by the way, what are you drinking?
Right now I am drinking a Newcastle. I just killed it though.
Newcastle Brown Ale.
Classic Newcastle Brown Ale.
Yeah, I have an ale as well. I'm drinking Switchback.
We started off like slow. We've had crazy stuff lately.
Mm-hmm. Tone it down.
Yeah.
Tone it down.
Yeah.
By the way, Switchback Ale is delicious.
Newcastle ain't bad either.
No, that's really good shit.
One of my favorites. I will switch things up if you want to reach behind. I'll grab one of them Cujos.
Sure.
We had these a couple weeks ago. These Cujo like black coffee porters.
Oh man, we still got a bunch of Grolsch in there. Well, not a bunch. I think 2 Grolsches in there.
Ooh.
Nothing beats a swing top bottle.
Hell yeah. Feel all like old style, like classy.
Yeah, it's like I want to like pop it open with my thumb, slam it, and then beat someone to death with it.
Yeah.
You like that scene from like Pan's Labyrinth.
Real pick me up of a movie. Yeah.
Very whimsical and fun.
I really want to see his new movie. It's getting like amazing, mind-blowingly good reviews. Guillermo del Toro, Nightmare Alley.
Oh,
comes out in like a week or two, I think.
Yeah. I saw a poster for that. All right, let's move on to the trivia segment of the show.
Not to bother you with trivia.
I used to think they were kind of trivia. Chucky's full name, Charles Lee Ray, is derived from the names of notorious killers Charles Manson, Lee Harvey Oswald, and James Earl Ray. So the guy who killed JFK and the guy that killed Martin Luther King, and Charles fucking Manson, who I don't think
kill anybody.
Didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, no.
Just
instructed people to.
Yep. Although they do think that he had a hand in that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll never know.
There's some fascinating fucking shit going on with that story. That like, Granted, I heard this dude on Joe Rogan, but like Thomas O'Neill, I think the guy's name is. He wrote a book, kind of theorizing that actually Manson was kind of like wrapped up with the CIA.
Yeah.
And like, you know, there's something going on like there. Like somebody was up to something. Like there's just weird shit going on.
Yeah, I remember hearing that too.
Yeah, because he's in and out of jail like for horrible crimes, just in and out, no problems.
Yep.
I forget what the fuck else. There's all kinds of like weird shit. Like it's like I don't know if they said like somebody from the CIA was like kind of like busted cutting the like power at like one of the residences like the night before or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, weird shit like that. Yeah. One of the residence where like the murders took place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's something where like Roman Polanski was like some kind of enemy of the state for a while or whatever.
Yeah, like it's I mean, we're just
wild.
two guys, yes, like repeating like weird conspiracies, but like it was one of those things that, like that actually fucking like that does like how do you explain how this person was in and out of jail so much? Like
Yeah.
Anyway, side note.
Well, because sometimes the system is broken.
Yeah. that's the most likely explanation, yeah.
Yep. The first draft of the script was completed in the summer of 1985 and referenced Chucky as Buddy, who came to life after mixing blood with Andy and killed those against Andy. For example, the babysitter and a teacher. Manifesting Andy's loneliness and isolation from an overworked mother and an absent father. In addition to being a more psychologically driven horror film, Buddy also only came to life at night when Andy was asleep. That movie sounds badass.
Yeah, like that does sound like a better movie.
I do like that premise. And I mean, at this point, the manifestation of like child loneliness and anguish is kind of overplayed. But in 1985,
this is the height of latchkey kids.
Yeah.
You know, not that I had bad parents, but I mean, I was walking myself to and from school like in 4th grade. I mean, I lived over on the corner, like by the firehouse over there, and my school was over here.
Yeah.
Like every day by myself, like.
Yeah.
You know, 80s, man. It's the fucking 80s.
Yep. No, we always walked to school.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Unattended.
Yeah.
Just, you know, my parents were gone in the morning, fucking grabbed myself breakfast, like came home, like, let myself in.
Nobody was home until about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's just a different world. The original working title for the film was Batteries Not Included.
Which there was already a movie of.
Before it became known, Steven Spielberg was also making a film at the same title. So I guess they were working on it like the same time.
Okay.
So it was then changed to Blood Buddy before settling on Child's Play.
But the batteries were included with Chucky.
Yeah.
So yeah. Fuck your title, man.
Yeah. Your title sucks.
Yeah. I'm calling BS on this trivia.
Yeah. During the initial release, a crowd of protesters formed around the entrance to MGM calling for a ban on the film. They claimed it would incite violence in children. Local news reporters were broadcasting live from the scene, and producer David Kirshner was watching, disturbed by what he saw. Jeffrey Hilton, who worked with Kirshner at MGM, said he could defuse the situation in 10 minutes. Hilton went down and spoke to the ringleader, and then the group disbanded. To the chagrin of newscasters. Hilton never specified whether it was threats or diplomacy that saved the day.
I'm probably going to go with threats.
Yeah, I will sue your fucking balls off.
Granted, that's a pretty dumb thing to get worked up about.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how kids won't, get influenced by this movie?
Don't let them watch rated R horror movies?
You do your fucking job as a parent and they don't watch a rated R movie.
Yeah. Weird. Weird how so much bullshit can be avoided by people paying attention to their children.
Funny how that works.
Weird. Douches. After it was released, Child's Play was disowned by the studio, MGM United Artists, because of qualms with the film's subject matter. So it never went away.
Yeah.
Universal bought the rights to the sequels, which is why you can get 2 through everything streaming on Prime, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
And you have to rent this one.
Fucking $4.
I lucked out. because I copped somebody else's account who has stars.
Oh,
Motherfucker.
damn it.
Yeah.
Already used my free trial, damn it.
Let's see. What else we got here? The film was quite a change of pace for Chris Sarandon, having played two infamously wicked characters in Fright Night and The Princess Bride, respectively. In this film, he has a chance to portray not only a good guy, but heroic character.
Yeah.
Which is great, but they also set him up to be a dick in the beginning of the film.
Yeah.
So it's like, that character flip where it's like, oh yeah, right, he's actually just a regular cop doing his job, not a guy who wants to pin murders on children. Like, because that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like the kid murdered somebody. Tom Holland was influenced by the Hillside Stranglers to make Charles Lee Ray have a partner, which I think they called him the Southside Strangler.
Lakeshore Strangler.
Lakeshore?
Yeah, it's Lakeshore Drive in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like when they, take real life events and then just kind of twist it around a little bit and give that influence.
Yeah.
Especially anything to do with true crime, because I'm weird, I guess is the word. Weird. I love true crime. Here's some almost casting that actually could have been really good. John Lithgow, Gary Oldman, and Andrew Divoff were rumored to be considered to play Charles Lee Ray and voice Chucky.
All right, with Andrew Divoff, and who were the other ones again? Sorry.
John Lithgow and Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman would have been cool. This would have been like after like Sid and Nancy, so it would have been like crazy, like Gary Oldman.
Yeah, Lithgow could have done it.
Yeah,
he was.
I had a real John Lithgow aversion for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something about him just didn't. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You mean like you didn't watch Harry and the Hendersons and Third Rock from the Sun?
That I did. Third Rock. I didn't watch Third Rock.
Oh, I watched so much Third Rock.
Yeah, no.
Ed Gale was hired to play Chucky for the fire scene. And since he was around 30% taller than the doll, filmmakers created a living room stage that was 30% bigger and actually set him on fire. That is some Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings type shit.
Yeah. Jesus.
That's when like you could have a practical effects budget and just do crazy shit like that.
We're gonna light this little person on fire. Fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
Light them up.
Flame on.
This one just makes me happy. Ghetto Boys sampled various lines for their 1991 song Chucky. And Ghetto Boys rapper Bushwick Bill used a Chucky doll with his stage costume during the early 90s. Love Ghetto Boys.
Bushwick Bill.
Yeah. He died not that long ago, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was that long ago.
Might have been.
It might have been a while. I mean, as far
we're old. A while ago doesn't mean anything
when
anymore.
I say a while ago, that could be like 1996.
Oh God. Chucky loses his right hand in each installment of the original trilogy. Now there is some George Lucas bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't notice him losing a hand in this one.
He got shot off.
I kept falling asleep in this movie, so I had to go back and like rewatch.
So when he's like burned to a crisp and going down the hallway, she shoots his head off, and then shoots his hand off, and then the leg.
Yeah. I particularly the last 5 minutes or so of this movie. I kept falling asleep at the same part.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, getting old sucks.
Yeah.
According to director Tom Holland, the shot of Maggie falling to her death was achieved by having a stunt woman do the main shot, followed by a concrete-filled dummy when she hits the car, which had charges underneath to shatter the windows.
All right.
Yeah. It looked like cement hitting that fucking truck.
It just does
shatter, just crushed it.
Oof.
Which, makes it look like she fell from a way higher distance or whatever.
It was only the 4th floor, maybe the 5th floor.
Yeah. Realistically, she probably would have bounced off and hit the ground.
If she hit the car, she probably would have lived. She would have been fucked up, but she probably would have lived.
Yeah. And our final IMDb trivia fact, body count of 6.
Really, that's all?
That's it.
Huh.
I was actually trying to think of 6 people that died in this movie.
Yeah, you had the babysitter, the psychiatrist,
His partner there.
the partner. Yeah, the guy
voodoo-
who blows up in the house.
The voodoo guy.
The voodoo guy. That's 4.
Do we count Charles Lee Ray?
Because I can't think of anybody else. That's 5. I'm sure he just like offs like a random person.
Well, Chucky would have been, I guess, instead of Charles Lee Ray.
Oh yeah.
Chucky dies at the end.
All right.
And then one more. I don't know. My dignity from watching this movie. Is that what it was?
Yeah. We're thinking about this too hard for something that's not that important.
No. So that's going to do it for IMDb trivia.
You see the mouse?
Yes, sir.
Try not to bump into the microphone. All right. On to the better known as segment. We mentioned this movie is directed by Tom Holland, not the Spider-Man Tom Holland, of course.
No. That would have been hilarious, though.
He would have been like negative, like 10 or 15 years old.
No, I mean, if old man Tom Holland was Spider-Man.
We mentioned Tom Holland previously. He is the director of Fright Night. I'm pretty sure we talked about him on that episode. We're a little inconsistent when it comes to talking about the directors.
Yeah.
That's my fault. I'll keep trying to like include them. Ooh, excuse me. That's it's real podcasting right there, folks.
Yep.
Let's see. Aside from that, he is the director of. So he did the Stand TV miniseries and the Langoliers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh wait.
So he was.
Hold on. We're in his
That's actor.
credits. Yeah, we're in his actor credits, folks.
We don't want to be there.
Yeah, but he's in those movies. Let's see. He wrote the updated the 2019 Child's Play. Looks like he did a series, Tom Holland's Twisted Tales.
I don't think he's got that kind of name recognition to put your.
Yeah.
It's like you want to do like a Stephen King or.
He did actually. It looks like he wrote the Langoliers, not the Stand screenplay though.
Yeah, he's actually okay. So speaking of Stephen King, he's all about some Stephen King shit because he did the Langoliers. He wrote the screenplay for Thinner.
Yeah.
Did he direct Thinner?
Let's go down to his directing credits. He did.
Yeah.
And he directed 2 episodes of the Langoliers.
Yeah.
He did some episodes of Tales from the Crypt.
I'm gonna bite the bullet on this one, and this is the going back to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, the pumpkin one.
This is the pumpkin one. Let's see
how it goes. There's a little bit of a wince there. That's more of a wince.
That tastes artificial as fuck. Yeah, that's fuck, man.
Should have them. The coffee ones are pretty good.
I gotta drink that now.
Yeah, this Cujo is pretty good.
I think I'm done experimenting for a while.
Yeah. We're gonna have to like restock with like some traditional beer. Let's see. Anything else jumping out? No, that's really it. Those are probably the things you're gonna know Tom Holland from. Yeah,
most specifically, Fright Night.
Yeah,
is the writer director, I believe.
I dig that movie, but we did a whole episode on that.
We sure did.
Catherine Hicks, she played the mom. I forget her name. I'm looking for it. Karen Barkley.
Yep.
She was actually in a bunch of stuff.
Seventh Heaven.
Yeah. She was in like 200 and something episodes of Seventh Heaven, which I didn't realize that show was on that long.
Oh, that was on forever. My mom used to watch that show all the fucking time.
Oh, yeah, no. That was like one of those shows that was on at like 7 p.m. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it was on the Family Channel.
WB. Was it on the Family Channel?
I don't know. Maybe it was
like, yeah,
maybe it was the repeats. Yeah.
1996, 2007, 242 episodes.
Yeah.
That she was in. I don't even that's. I'm assuming that's every episode.
I would hope so.
Diagnosis Murder.
Was that was the Dick Van Dyke Show, right?
Yeah.
He played the doctor, but he was also solving mysteries.
Matlock, but with a doctor instead of a lawyer.
Matt Doc. I'll show myself out.
Child's Play. She was also in Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. She was William Shatner's love interest in that movie.
Mm.
Here for the nuclear vessels. She was in the Bad News Bears TV show, which I did not realize was a thing.
Oof. Yeah, one season.
Yeah, I'm sure that means it's great.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
But that's really about it for anything you might know her from. I'm just giving it the once more. I just want to be sure. But yeah, not much. Poison Ivy, the Secret Society TV movie. I don't know if you ever saw those Poison Ivy movies. They were like the Thursday Night Prime HBO movies. I want to say Drew Barrymore was in one.
Fuck were they?
They were like this like steamy drama. I want to say like Drew Barrymore like is like this teenager like moves in with his family and like seduces the dad and like
were those the ones that were like they were on HBO and
Yeah.
they were like real like
real steamy. Yeah.
I think I saw the first one.
Let's see. Chris Sarandon, we went into depth on him during Fright Night, so I really won't.
Yeah, I'll just give you the cliff notes.
Yeah, he's probably best known as Jack Skellington, the voice of Jack Skellington in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, because I then said I don't give a fuck who's voicing his speaking voice because it's Danny Elfman as his singing voice.
Yeah.
And I stand by that.
We mentioned he's Jerry Dandridge in Fright Night. He's also in the remake of Fright Night, which Tom Holland wrote. Anything giant? Those are really like the big things you're probably going to know him from.
Yeah, he keeps coming back as Jack Skellington and anything they do with him.
Alex Vincent, who played Andy in this one, he's best known for playing Andy in like half of these Child's Play movies. Curse of Chucky, that's another one we forgot. I didn't even realize that was one.
Oh yeah, it was Curse and then Cult.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I sometimes think like, oh, maybe I'll go back and watch all these movies, and then I come to my senses, and I'm not going to.
I was like, I'm going to watch The Descent too. No, I'm not. What the fuck am I saying,
dude? I have Dusk Till Dawn 2 and 3 like queued up on AMC Plus, and I'm like, am I really going to watch these?
Yeah, they might be gone now. Like they're only the first one was only on there till the end of November.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we get it just in time. Yeah, he plays Andy in like all of these movies.
Oh, and the TV series.
Yeah, he was just in the TV series too. Aside from that, not much. Yeah, nothing worth mentioning, I guess.
Has he been like the good guy, the quote unquote good guy in a series of movies like more than anybody else? Like in like slasher movies?
Maybe.
Because I mean like in
hold on, you've got
so like Friday the 13th there's nobody that really lasts more than 2 movies.
You have the first 2 Child's Play. That's 2, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky 4, and the TV series. So he's got 5 outings. You've got like David Arquette in the Scream movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's her name too? Neve Campbell.
Yep.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's possible, yeah.
At least tied for the most.
Yeah. But yeah, outside of Child's Play, he really hasn't done much. Sorry, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those dudes who shows up at conventions a lot. There we go. Brad Dourif, who is the voice of Chucky, but he's also Charles Lee Ray in the beginning.
Yep.
He, as of late, plays Chucky in a lot of things, including WWE.
Yeah, promo shit for the...
Yeah, it's on USA, so yeah, they're probably promoting the show. Looks like he's in there's a Herb West Reanimator. Is this a movie or a series?
I don't know.
Looks like a movie.
Oh, man, I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Yeah. It looks like a reimagining of Reanimator, not like a part of the Reanimator series.
That... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck that. That looks like it has nothing... The little, like, plot blurb. It looks like it has nothing to do with the story.
Yeah. He was also on Deadwood, the TV show and the movie.
Doc Cochran.
Yeah, that is I gotta rewatch those. That's such a great show.
That show turns the phrase cocksucker into like
Into a comma.
yeah.
It's
so good.
Oh man. Oh shit. There we go. Yeah, like I can't recommend that series enough. That was such a great show.
Yeah. That was a great character too.
Yeah. Let's see. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. he was on. I don't even remember that episode.
I'm going to say that aside from the voice of Chucky, most people are going to know him as Grima Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings.
That's right. Yeah. Shit, I forgot he was in that. He was on the Fringe TV series, which I almost started rewatching again recently. That was a great show. The reason I'm going... Oh, Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call. That's the one with Nick Cage. He's Sheriff Brackett in the Rob Zombie Halloween sequel. Law and Order. I feel like, the American version of Doctor Who. You're an actor? Okay, just register for your Law and Order card. The reason, I'm going so deep into his IMDb here is because... in
we're in 97. It ends at 93.
It's coming. And no, hold on.
Oh, Critters 4. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Critters 4.
Yep.
No. I think he's our no, he's not our Murder She Wrote guy. Sorry.
Yes, he is.
Oh yeah, he is. There he is. Yeah.
Right there.
1989, Murder She Wrote. The streak is I'm glad to say the streak is intact. We're continuing it on.
Oh, Hitchhiker too.
Yeah, the Hitchhiker. Oh man, yeah, that's another one that shows up here. Miami Vice, Moonlighting. He's been in a lot of stuff. Spencer for Hire, The Equalizer, Blue Velvet.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a fucked up movie.
Don't you fucking look at me!
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hey, don't mind if I do.
Those are probably the things you're most going to know him from. Moving on. Dinah Manoff, excuse me. She was, let me get her actual character name. Maggie.
Maggie.
She was,
Aunt Maggie.
Yeah, the babysitter, mom's friend. The reason I am on her.
Oh, she was in Sybil.
Yeah, she's been on a lot of stuff. Sybil, Empty Nest, which is the Golden Girls spinoff. She was on the Golden Girls. And 1987, she played Jenny Cooper Smith on Murder, She Wrote.
Fuck yeah.
But aside from that, she's been on a lot of one-offs on TV shows.
But like classic shows. Cagney and Lacey, Night Court.
Let's see. That's they've got to be putting that on somewhere because they're doing a reboot of it.
Night Court?
Yeah.
I don't know what channel was that on?
NBC.
Okay.
It's probably on Peacock, I bet you.
I bet. Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, Mork and Mindy, Ordinary
Soap.
Lou Grant, Soap, Grease. Didn't realize she was in that movie. Although I've never seen that movie, so. Welcome Back, Kotter.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I never understood the fascination with Grease. Never.
It's just a weird teenage girl thing. Or preteen girl thing, I think.
I've seen the movie. I don't care to.
It's not good.
Yeah.
I like some of the music from it. Well.
I used to work at this shithole of a store. I'm going to name them.
Where haven't you worked?
It's called the Party Warehouse. They're run by terrible fucking people. They have like a store like PA system and you can play music over it. Mm-hmm. And they made up this rule, which I can tell you is 100% bullshit. You can only play like these, they have these like shitty party CDs that they sold there.
Yeah.
So it'd be like all popular songs sung by people you've never heard of.
Oh, good.
Yeah. We can't play the real music. We'd have to pay license. No, you shouldn't. Like, no, you don't have to fucking do that, you goddamn liar.
Just turn the radio on.
Yeah. You're so full of shit. So I had to hear the fucking generic version of the Grease soundtrack again and again and again, like every Saturday, just all day long.
I think I would have killed myself in the store.
I hated that job. I hated the people who ran the place. I don't know if I've mentioned this on this podcast before, but whenever like I would get pissed off, my way of relieving stress would just be like, whenever somebody said something to me, I'm like, oh, okay, go take care of that. I would walk into the warehouse in the back and start throwing around big cases of glass punch bowls. I hated those people with a passion.
That's amazing.
Oh, you have no idea how satisfying that. Just like big boxes of maybe like 10 glass punch bowls. Just pick it up, whoosh, like throw it against the wall, like kick it around.
Yep.
Put it back.
I had a similar experience. If anybody was walking around the Latham Hannaford around the seafood department in 2008 to 2000. I don't know, 11-ish.
Yeah.
And you heard really loud banging noise coming out of the cooler. That was me just teeing off with a shovel against the walls.
Clang, clang, clang. Oh, yeah. This, like, as much as I hated those shitty jobs, like, I miss doing stuff like that.
Yeah. I can't do things like that now.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I gonna? I'll throw a welder against the fucking wall. No, I won't.
Yeah. I remember we almost got fired. Like one of my friends and I at McDonald's one Sunday afternoon because we ended up making full body box armor with like leftover boxes in the back, like a helmet that went on top, like a big chest like piece you can get into, like arm pieces.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh. Those were the days.
Yep. Those are the good old days where
freeze like the sanitizing rags. You take them, spread them out, and freeze them to the walls of the cooler, and take them out. And they just be rock hard, like solid.
All that from Greece, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there from Greece, but yeah, screw it. It was a good trip.
Yeah.
All right, back to the better known as segment. Tommy Swerdlow, he played, we were trying to figure out, Jack Santos. He's the cop partner, we believe.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, whatever. The reason I brought him up, he was on Sledgehammer. We've mentioned that show on here before. It was like Naked Gun, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
It was on like in the late 80s on ABC. It's the one they ended their first season with a nuclear bomb going off and killing everybody.
That's right.
Yeah. He was in the Vietnam movie Hamburger Hill. He was in Spaceballs as the troop leader. I'm not sure who the fuck that's supposed to be, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah. He was in Howard the Duck. He's in the movie Real Genius with Val Kilmer, which I think is a great movie. That's a really funny movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. If anybody's not familiar with the premise, it's like a college for like geniuses or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even remember what happens after that. I just know they're at a college for geniuses, and
Val Kilmer is there, and he's like the top of the top, but he's also a slacker.
Yeah, he's like the Peter Venkman, pretty much. Of the crew.
And then there's the kid who's there like wicked early.
There's the guy who just sits in the closet and like wins like sweepstakes and lottery like things.
Oh, I gotta watch that again.
That's such a good movie.
That was on Comedy Central like a lot.
Yeah,
that
and Top Secret too. That's another great Val Kilmer comedy.
Oh, he was a spy in that one or something.
Yeah,
right?
he was like a rock singer. It's like a spoof. Instead, it was like he's supposed to be like a Beach Boys type of singer.
Yeah, but
instead of surfing, the sport was skeet surfing, where like they're skeet shooting while surfing.
That's so fucking stupid.
It's by the guys who did Naked Gun.
Yeah.
So it's in that same vein of just outrageous humor.
Yeah. I miss Val Kilmer being in comedies
like that.
Because he was good in comedies. And then he just, I don't know, I guess started making more money in action flicks or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, God. We have a Real Genius. Check that movie out.
Oh, it's so good.
Let's see. We are almost at the end here. Jack Colvin, he played the psychologist or psychiatrist. I can't remember. I know one of them can prescribe drugs. That's the only difference.
A psychologist can prescribe drugs.
No, is it the other way around? Because psychologist sounds more like scientific, and I think that's like the one that doesn't have the drugs.
All right.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Psychiatrist can prescribe drugs.
He played Dr. Ardmore, he was in the Incredible Hulk Returns TV movie. He was on MacGyver, Scarecrow and Mrs. King, Cagney and Lacey again. The Good Hunter from '80s, late '80s. Give Me a Break, which I used to watch that show all the time. It was on like all the time in syndication.
Holy shit, 82 episodes of The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, he was on. He was a series regular on Incredible Hulk. Quincy, the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew Mysteries, $6 Million Man. I think he was on the Bionic Woman. Yeah, Bionic Woman. Rockford Files. So this dude has been around, but he's in the movie Rooster Cogburn. It's a John Wayne movie. Let's see, The Terminal Man, which is based on a Michael Crichton book, which is really good. But again, the reason I mention him is because in where am I? Still in the 70s. 1987, and again in 1991, he was on Murder, She Wrote, ladies and gentlemen.
This is our first hat trick.
Yeah, our Murder, She Wrote hat trick for the evening.
Awesome.
It still amazes me that there's so many people on that show.
Yeah. I would love to know how many different actors have been in Murder, She Wrote. Like the amount of credits.
Yeah, like these are just actors who've been in horror movies and we're amazed by the amount. Like,
yeah,
just all the actors who've been on Murder, She Wrote. It's got to be like a staggering amount.
I bet. Do me a favor. Click on Murder, She Wrote.
Oh shit!
You know what? I'd rather be mystified.
Yeah. We'll save that for another day.
Let's keep the mystery.
Neil Giantoli, he played Eddie Caputo. I didn't even remember. You said he was like one of the thugs, like the
Eddie Caputo was his partner.
The guy who
was Charles Lee Ray's partner.
Okay, the van driver who like leaves him in the beginning.
Yeah.
He has been in some big stuff. The Monk TV series, CSI New York, original flavor CSI.
NYPD Blue,
King of the Hill,
The Big Easy.
The specific reason I saved him is because he was on Seinfeld. He played Brody on Seinfeld, who was like this bootlegger who like filmed like movies illegally in TV in movie theaters.
Yeah.
And like Jerry was like working for him in one episode.
Just right above that, I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Part 2. He's playing the Michael Rooker role.
Yeah.
In Part 2.
You can't do that. You can't fucking do that. I didn't know that existed, and now I'm fucking mad. That's like when you find out there's a Mila Kunis sequel to American Psycho.
Oh, that I knew. Yeah. I've never seen it, thankfully.
Ugh.
I will not watch that shit.
Fuck you.
He was on Sequest. I used to watch the shit out of that show. He's in the Shawshank Redemption, which is all-time classic. Tales from the Crypt. He was on an episode of that. We have mentioned that plenty of times on this show.
Yeah.
Matlock, the American Doctor Who. The movie Memphis Belle. That's a really good movie. But the dudes who dropped the bomb. No, I'm sorry, they didn't drop the bomb. They're flying one of those like B-2 like
Memphis Belle.
Those like flying fortress things, like
Yeah,
like in World War II.
Is that? Hold on. 1989 Next of Kin, is that the Patrick Swayze?
I believe that is. Yeah, the Patrick Swayze vehicle, Next of Kin.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I've never seen. Is he like a redneck out for revenge in that movie or something like that?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
They got kinfolk that done died in the city. And then he gonna get revenge. But he gonna do it legal.
Oh,
he gonna do it legal.
That's amazing. And while we're on the subject of Patrick Swayze, I mean, Roadhouse is a goddamn work of art.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that they're remaking that movie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's like Ronda Rousey is gonna be in it or some bullshit, right?
Come on.
I think I heard something like that.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah. Stop remaking classic movies.
Yeah.
Like take old garbage and remake it.
I haven't seen Roadhouse, and so like that's a movie we used to watch like religiously.
Yeah.
You're my new Saturday night thing.
Pain don't hurt. Excuse me?
Yeah. Oh man, but that will do it for the better known as segment of this week's show.
My God, man.
Let's see, where are we on the time? I was genuinely concerned this was going to be like a super short episode.
Nah, I think we're doing fine.
We're at an hour. Holy shit! I did not think we would get to an hour.
Yeah. I think we're instinctually learning where to stretch a little bit, you know.
How to just hit that 1 hour mark, regardless of what's going on with the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm just stumped on how this has remained popular, like how it has spawned like such a following. This is the scene where he's burning up.
Yeah, people just like the character, I guess. There's no substance to these movies other than, you know, Jennifer Tilly.
It's not even like it's not even like he's spitting out like witty like one-liners or anything. They're all just dumb.
I think everybody just likes a doll that swears and kills people.
Yeah, probably.
With that stupid fucking cartoonish knife that he's got. That like painted red one with the fucking weird shit on the handle. It's got, I don't know, man. It just looks like you know what? It looks like a hot dog with ketchup and mustard on it.
Yeah. A sharpened hot dog, basically. I mean, whatever. It is what it is. Like, I don't want to shit on something that people love, but
I don't have a problem shitting on the thing that people love. I don't know.
Yeah, I like this. I don't even have the nostalgia factor for this movie because like I saw it when I was a kid. It just never like it wasn't one of those movies that I need to watch this repeatedly. Like
yeah, I was freaked out by it when I saw it as a kid because I think my older brother had a My Buddy doll.
Oh yeah.
When we were kids, so it was a little like it hit home a little bit. Like as like scary thing, but I didn't really care.
My Buddy is pretty much the doll that Chucky is based on. It was just same thing. It was just
pretty much, yeah.
Just a kid doll that you drag around with you.
Yeah, it's like if they ripped off Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, pretty much.
To make a horror movie.
Yeah,
which they did in Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, I'll say it's a Cabbage Patch Kid with like no other like kids. It's just one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man,
I don't know.
I really hate that they renewed that Chucky show for season 2.
Oh, did they? Well, people are fucking eating that up.
I'm not watching the second season. I've already like.
You say that.
Oh no, I put in one season on this. I'm good.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's enough.
I
don't know, man.
I'm trying to think of like a better movie to send people to instead of watching this.
The first Puppet Master, maybe.
You know, I've never seen that movie. I think we might have even mentioned that before.
Yeah, I think we have.
We should do that. Somebody actually suggested we should do that movie.
Yeah.
I put up a Q&A on our Spotify like thing, and somebody responded.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shows how much I pay attention to our social medias. I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think of like what's a better killer doll movie or something.
Toy.
I mean, I think the movie Demonic Toys.
Yeah.
There's the old 80s metal band Dangerous Toys. You could always do that.
You can watch Doll Man versus Demonic Toys or just the movie Doll Man.
Hey, Child's Play. It's me, Dad. I'm not upset with you. I'm just a little disappointed.
Very disappointed, yeah.
You could have been so much better. You had potential and you wasted it. Sorry, bud.
You don't drop a cool voodoo storyline. You don't.
They really biffed it on the voodoo on this one. And I love voodoo. Like that's just one of those things. We've talked about it before. Serpent and the Rainbow.
Yeah,
it's fucking great. Angel Heart was great.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
fucking Robert De Niro and Mickey Rourke and
Lisa Bonet.
Yeah, Lisa Bonet. And Lisa Bonet's boobies.
Got her fired from the Cosby Show.
I don't think it got her fired.
I think she was gone for like a season or so. Yeah, because she went to a different world.
Yeah.
And then like made up or, came back somehow with Bill Cosby.
Yeah, because he was very upset with her.
Yeah. Oh.
They're like, ooh, boy. Tiptoe around that one.
Yeah. Yeah, dear God forbid we offend Bill.
Yeah. Oy. What are some other... You know what? What are some other good voodoo movies? You want to go like super classic? I think White Zombie was voodoo.
I mean, not specifically a voodoo movie, but Live and Let Die has some voodoo elements in it, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Baron Samedi.
Yep. Fucking white top hat. Right?
Yeah. I don't know, it's been a while since there's been like a good fucking like voodoo movie.
I think it's one of those topics that just kind of fell off the planet.
Yeah.
Needs to come back.
They did a cool, I mean, this is a rare compliment of American Horror Story, but this is like one of the last good seasons. When they did like the season with like the witches in New Orleans, like one of like the rival like witch houses was like a voodoo like house, and that was pretty fucking cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did True Blood do voodoo? I think they might have.
Maybe? I blocked out a lot of that show.
They might have done something. Man, the first 2 seasons of that show were fucking dynamite.
Yeah,
and then it just went like, right in the fucking toilet.
Not that long ago, I was looking for something to rewatch, and I'm like, maybe I'll watch True Blood. I'm like, maybe I'll just watch the first 2 seasons or so.
Suki. What are you doing? Like, you don't have to start every conversation with her by going, Suki. Fucking weirdo. They're married.
Yeah.
Were they married before that show?
No, I think they met on that show.
Met on that show.
When like you could still see like a good boxing match on TV. They would always be like in the front row at the HBO boxing matches.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess they're both like big boxing fans.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, you know what was bad that she was in? All those X-Men movies.
The first one wasn't. The first 2 weren't bad. Like they were okay.
They
for
were.
the time.
They were all right.
I mean, for that time, like I would have taken anything as a fucking X-Men movie. Like,
yeah.
Hell yeah. But I can guarantee you we'll get a much better X-Men movie within the next couple of years.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, did Marvel finally get the rights to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
Because Fox
fucked it up.
They did that series dirty.
Last 2, because Days of Future Past wasn't horrible.
No, that one was good.
Yeah, I like
that.
That
was
one.
good.
Anything after that is pure fucking shit. Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah. Oh, they were so bad.
Parts of Apocalypse were fun, but nah.
That show they did wasn't bad either. With the dude who played Bill Compton. I forget Stephen Moyer. It was called The Gifted.
Oh,
it was kind of like an X-Force like type of show.
Yeah.
Without like cable, of course. But it had like Thunderbird.
The wine.
Yeah, the shitty wine, the fortified wine.
It's like that's what they were drinking when they made the show.
Polaris was on it. It was on Fox like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
The past 2 years, like I keep excluding those. So like, if I say 2 years, it's probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep. That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Fingers crossed. They'll do something good with it.
Yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I don't really give a shit. But I've said it before. I burned out on superhero movies a long time ago. And so the fact that they have never stopped coming out in like record time between each other is not doing me any favors.
I will say fucking Hawkeye this week was there was the bulk of the episode is a fucking action sequence capped off with like a car chase, and it's awesome.
Yes.
It's a fight sequence in like an abandoned KB toy store. that was the icing on the action cake for me. Like, oh my god, it's KB Toys.
Ugh. The last the last superhero anything that I really gave a shit about was on Netflix, the Daredevil series and the Punisher series.
Yeah, they were good. They were the better of those shows.
Yep. And outside of that, I can't give a shit about anything else.
Iron Fist is the Ghoulies of those shows, so don't watch it and don't let Danny Rand eat your ass.
So you certainly can't kick it.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're better off just starting a fight with the guy, because come on.
Fuck you, pal.
Yeah. You are the lead in a kung fu show. Learn how to fight. Like, see, I mean,
at least act.
Yeah. Dance fight, for Christ's sake. Just do something that makes it look like you know what you're doing out there.
It's called capoeira.
Yeah. Oh, God damn it.
They're dance fighting. Can I get a collective?
Whatever. Out of that, we get fucking Shang-Chi, which actually has awesome fighting in it.
I still haven't seen it.
It's a good movie.
Everybody tells me I'd like it.
It's a pretty good movie.
Because it's less superhero-y.
Yeah, I mean, there's really like no connection. Well, there's one connection to like the outside Marvel universe, but it's mainly just about like, you know, Shang-Chi.
Yeah. I did read quite a few of those comics when I was a kid. Like my dad had like the old ones from the 70s or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I unfortunately like destroyed his comic book collection because he wasn't precious about them.
Yeah, yeah.
And so then neither was I. So it was just like there was this ton of old comic books just in a stack on a shelf, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking read these. And you know, like you lift up like 10 and grab the one under it, and you tear the fucking cover, and you're like, oops, whatever. Because I didn't realize that comics would have ever been worth money.
Surprise.
I don't know that he had any that were really like worth anything.
Maybe.
But at this point, like because they were from the 70s, so like the comics boom of the mid 80s hadn't really happened, where everybody was buying like 1 million copies of every comic that came out.
Oh yeah.
So like some of them, maybe were worth something, but not in the condition I left them in.
Oh, Child's Play.
Mm.
That's an hour and a half of my life I'm not getting back this week. But at least we got a podcast out of it.
Yeah, it's fine.
If that's your thing,
fine.
That's what you like, then have at it.
Yeah.
Get amongst it, as they say. I got nothing else.
That's pretty much it, man. Like, we ramble until we can't ramble anymore.
Yeah.
Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Yeah, let's get unrambling.
Yeah.
Because we got nothing left.
Oh, we're done.
But before we head out, we should... I haven't mentioned this since we've been recording. We now have a YouTube channel.
That's right.
Yeah, if you are sitting at a computer and can't get us on your phone on your favorite podcast platform, you can go to the Big Dumb Monsters YouTube channel, where there's a putting up the video version of the podcast every week. That just basically means we're putting up the audio portion of the podcast with
still frames.
Yeah, with a rotating slideshow of like our sticker designs and logos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But whatever, I'll try to spice it up and add new shit into it.
So what's the channel name?
I think it's just Big Dumb Monsters on YouTube. I should probably actually get you factual information.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let's see. I think it's just Big Dumb Monsters on YouTube, but let's double check that. Filling time as I search.
Yeah.
Filling time.
Do.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just Big Dumb Monsters on YouTube.
Cool.
Yeah.
And as always, you can find our website, www.bigdumbmonsterspodcast.com. You can email us at bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at Big Dumb Monsters Pod. You can find us on Slasher, Big Dumb Monsters Podcast, and we are on Twitter at dumb_monsters.
So like us, subscribe to us, do whatever you can on any of those.
Yeah, any ratings or reviews, they help other people find our show, which, makes us feel good. And, if you want to make us feel good, rate and review. If you don't, well, fuck you, fuck us, whatever.
Say some shit to us on one of these apps.
Yeah.
Come at us, bro.
Yeah. Send us some movie suggestions. We actually had a bunch that people suggested to us at Saratoga Comic-Con. Suggest some beers to us, but not IPAs, because those are fucking disgusting.
Yeah, because they're terrible, and anybody tells you otherwise is lying.
Yep. And with that, we're going to say goodbye, and don't let some ghoulie eat your ass.